When Caesar returned to Rome, triumphant and all-conquering, leading a procession of all his armed might, a slave, a poor wretch whose spirit had been all but destroyed, cowered behind him, holding a golden laurel wreath over his master's head. And in a voice that only his master could hear, he whispered, "Remember, thou art mortal, and all glory is fleeting." We are not burying these men, merely putting them to rest. Their spirit will never die. That will always be with us. Their ferocious courage will live on in the heart of this expedition and all who follow in its path. History only forgets the cowards, and that is why these men will always be remembered. 16 Sherpas and 7 of my own men, and the young lady traveling with the doctor and Perry. Make no mistake, this is an unbearable tragedy, but I cannot think of a better way to be remembered than their mission and the aims that they were trying to achieve. For what is life if you do not take on adventure? Doctor, I believe you wanted to say a few words.
Thank you. A few words. That's just the problem, though. How can you actually find the right ones to express what you think and feel when the last thing you ever expected them to do was to have to say goodbye? Erin was all that she was and so much more. While she was traveling with me, with Perry. As she said, the speed of events always seemed to...
You'll never see the other sunsets. The different colored skies, or the stars that reach beyond them. The doctor always said there are things we can't stop. Things we can't control. Trust him to forget to mention how much they can hurt you.
Perry, what's happened? Why are you crying?
I wouldn't reach out to touch her, my dear. You might find the results somewhat alarming.
What are you doing here?
Think of me as a reassuring voice at a time you need to hear one.
What's happening here? Why can't Perry hear me?
It's all a matter of perception and how open minds are to seeing things they don't necessarily understand.
I shan't pretend to understand you, but I certainly know you're hiding your true intent behind your words. If you'll excuse me, I must speak with the doctor.
I promise you, he won't even sense the breeze as you run towards him. Why don't we just leave them both to grieve in silence? It's the respectable thing to do.
Something strange must have happened. That line of wooden boxes. Why is everybody staring at them?
Yes, quite a spectacle if you ask me. And only an appropriate few draped with a Union Jack. So nice to see the colonial spirit is still intact, even in the face of death, don't you think?
Death?
It's a funeral. A mass funeral. Each and every one of them is a sarcophagus.
What's happened, Doctor? Why have so many people died?
And then there's the snow and ice. It's the complete opposite of what she was used to.
Afraid I don't understand you.
Why are you ignoring it?
Erin was Egyptian.
Ah, Sam.
Doctor, please!
I wanted to see the ice pinnacles, the blinding, unending whiteness of the snow.
My arm!
It's the kind of spectacle that etches itself into your subconscious. Once seen,
My arm went straight through
Never
him.
forgotten. That I quite agree.
I did try to warn
Ah, Miss Brown,
Perry?
I just want to leave here.
would you care to join us in the clubhouse? Toast the memory of the dearly departed.
What is happening to me?
Not allowed, strictly speaking. A woman in a men's club and all that. But I think we can bend the rules a little in this instance.
Just spare me the chauvinism and lead the way.
quite.
Why won't anybody answer me, please?
As I think I mentioned, it's all down to the way they look at things. They see your death as being the final end.
How can I be dead? You can see me. Speak to me.
My point entirely. My dear, you have transcended to another level of existence. You are in a place where only your lack of understanding makes you continue to see the doctor, Perry, those coffins, the hotel, the ground, the snow, and even the sky above us.
But that's where I am. Here. Now.
I grant you, it's all a matter of how you view your own particular reality. In order to be able to see clearly, one merely need know how to look. Does my face betray the expression of a man who is lying?
I cannot say that I trust you. I don't even know who you are. I saw you in the street at the hotel. And your voice. I know I kept hearing it, but I can't remember why.
I am the key to your future power. I'm also here to help open your eyes. I promise you, wherever you are, wherever you go, anywhere around the streets or hotel, your reception will be just the same. To put it bluntly, you're dead.
The temple? How can I be here? How can I be home after the TARDIS took... Pyron? Pyron, wait! Please! I command you as your pharaoh to obey me. It's the same with you, isn't it? The doctor, Perry, the high priest. Can this be death? Who do I answer to? How can I ascend to my place amongst the gods? Is that not the right of any pharaoh? I forgot. How can you answer words you do not hear? But how can it all be so wrong? Everything I've been taught, my faith, my beliefs, the whole basis of what my destiny would be, everything my father... My father... What would he say to this? This chamber. I don't know why, but I'm sure I remember. Of course it was here! The kitten, my first kitten! This was where it got lost, the night after the feast. I wanted to show it where the golden statues glowed in the moonlight. I had to wait farther. We moved through the night with burning torches. He shielded my eyes from the sand with his cloak. His blue cloak. I remember how soft it was against my skin. I've never been so scared. And its cries. You remember how they echoed? Antronak led the way. But it was you who found her, Pyron. You were the only one who could sense where she might be. You were there. Please tell me you remember.
Interesting, isn't it?
Leave me alone.
What? And leave you here in the dark in this labyrinth of decaying prayers? Are you sure that's what you want? Complete solitude and silence? I thought not. Why stay where you're not even a memory? You aren't even destined to share your ancestors' inglorious fate, gathering dust in a museum with faces fading on papyrus.
Your words mean nothing to me.
Probably for the best. You still seem reluctant to take in the truth.
These are tricks. Simple illusions. I do not know what kind of conjurer you are, but your magic cannot last forever.